we are building out 3 platforms: Copilot, Copilot devices, and Copilot and AI stack. That's it. Those are the 3 platforms. But before I dive into all of the news across the platforms, I want to talk about something that we are prioritizing above all else, that is security. At this conference, you'll hear us talk a lot about our Secure Future initiative, the progress we are making, the principles of secure by design, secure by default, secure by operations. But most importantly, our commitment to continuous improvement, because this is not just a destination, a stand down, one milestone thing. We'll never be done. In fact, we're only as good as our ability to defend against the next novel attack. And we are seeing real momentum, even with our customers and partners, around implementation of Zero Trust using our tools and practices. In fact, a great example of this is what the US Navy has been able to do. They've been able to respond to all the executive orders and mandates and meet, in fact, their Zero Trust goals years ahead of schedule. And it's fantastic to see that. We continue to invest in security. You can see the updates we are making, tons and tons of announcements that you'll hear about across the security stack. The one thing, though, I want to point out is Purview. It's probably the product for this conference, because in the age of AI, data governance takes on an even more critical, central, important role. And in Purview, we're introducing updates to prevent everything from oversharing, risky use of AI, such as malicious intent detection, prompt injections, misuse of protected material. So there's a lot in Purview. At the end of the day, though, we recognize that when it comes to security, it's fundamentally a team sport. And that's why we want to partner, and we are partnering broadly with the security community. And today, I'm really excited to announce our zero-day quest. This is the first big announcement that I'm excited about, because it's a new hacking event. There will be $4 million in rewards focused on securing cloud and AI. It's the highest rewards of any public hacking event in the industry. And the quest starts today and will culminate in an in-person hacking event next year. So we're very, very excited about it. So with that, let's just dive into each of the platforms, and starting with Copilot. Copilot is the UI for AI. It's rapidly becoming an organizing layer for work and how work gets done. Every employee will have a Copilot that knows them, their work, helping them unlock productivity, enhancing creativity, and saving time. And Copilot Studio will allow you to create agents that automate business processes. And every IT department will have a control system to manage, secure, and measure impact. That's it. Those are the 3 basic concepts of the Copilot ecosystem. Over the past year, we've seen incredible momentum. What Lean did for manufacturing, AI will do for knowledge work. It's all about increasing value and reducing waste. Just take risk analysis at Bank of Queensland Group. In the past, when an incident occurred, they would have to go through thousands of documents and write reports. And now they use Copilot to be able to synthesize everything that happened and create that first draft. That means analysis that took weeks is just taking a day. Vodafone is another great example. Their legal team used to manually analyze and draft and renegotiate thousands of contracts that govern their massive base station network. And now they use Copilot to determine which contracts need to be renewed, which need to be scrapped, and to keep track of all the expiry dates. Vodafone was also personalizing all of their customer service by leveraging Copilot, as well as Azure AI to manage customer inquiries. Their virtual assistant engages in more than 45 million monthly customer conversations, and it's reducing the average hold time by more than 1 minute. And of course, we're just getting started. We're continuously innovating, shipping hundreds of updates since we made Copilot generally available a year ago. And it starts with actually work on the fundamentals. In fact, if you think about the Copilot responses today, they're more than 2 times faster than on average, and the response satisfaction is improved nearly 3-fold. And going forward, we think about Copilot adoption in 3 fundamental ways. The more employees use Copilot and Copilot agents, the faster they will be able to realize value. And second aspect is, how do you ground Copilot or extend Copilot in your world, in your ecosystem? So Copilot is a platform you can extend with agents to scale what you can do, right? So if you have 1 employee, 1 Copilot, and 1 Copilot can have thousands of agents. And finally, it's about measuring ROI. And let's start with Copilot Pages. Now, Pages is this first artifact of the AI age, and it's pretty magical, right? You see in this video, we're bringing rich artifacts to Pages. You can add interactive charts, tables, code blocks, math equations, complex diagrams. You can use Copilot directly on the page to iterate on the content and also control what happens on the page directly from a chat. It's truly this multiplayer canvas that enables you to ideate with AI and collaborate with other people. In fact, I use Pages all the time. In fact, if I'm prepping for a meeting, I just give it a prompt. The Copilot combs through everything about the customer, let's say, from the web, LinkedIn, all the business applications like our CRM. In fact, all the work artifacts, our documents, emails, Teams messages, presentations. And then I can put all of that just as a first draft into my Pages and share it, let's say, with my account team, everyone working with me in my office. It becomes much more of a real-time way for every one of us who's working on that topic to be on the same page. And then it becomes, in fact, the first draft for what comes next, which is my meeting notes, right? Then again, it's real-time shared with everybody involved. Copilot is also not just in Pages, but it's deeply integrated, right? It's not just about chats and Pages, but it's deeply integrated into the entirety of Microsoft 365 system. Let's say it's starting with Teams. Copilot can reason over all the past meetings and chats and transcripts and get you quickly up to speed. With Teams, in fact, screen understanding, which we're announcing today, it's pretty exciting. Copilot can even answer questions about presentations and documents shared during the meeting as well, right? You're doing a presentation. Here is a Copilot that understands exactly what that you're presenting and answer questions about that presentation. In Word, Copilot creates a draft based on other Word documents, PowerPoint, PDFs, emails, meetings. You never have to start from a blank page. In PowerPoint, you can enter a prompt of what you want to do or what your presentation is about, and the narrative builder generates essentially a spec for your presentation, right? An outline with topics, and you can edit it, refine it, its suggestions, and it'll create your first complete presentation. And in Outlook, this feature is something that I've sort of gotten so used to. It's the quickest daily habit I've built, which is prioritize my inbox. Is a total game changer because it helps you quickly get to the messages that matter, analyzing your inbox based on both the content of the mail, but also the role of the sender and the context. And that's, I think, it's just like someone went and labeled every piece of email with that blue arrow and said, why is this important, right? I mean, think about it. And I think what we're doing in Excel, though, is perhaps one of my favorite things. Just like what GitHub Copilot did for software developers, Copilot in Excel will do for data analysts. I can start with a very high-level prompt that in the past, for example, I would have given a data analyst. Let's say I'm in a manufacturing plant and I want to figure out how to improve production rate, right? So I give a high-level prompt. I'm saying, hey, come back with an analysis on what can we do here. And Copilot uses this advanced reasoning capabilities to build out a full plan for strategic analysis. I can easily change that plan, adjust it as I want to, and then it just goes and executes the plan. And throughout, I can see it actually doing the work. It first does visualizations, right? It generates heat maps, it scatter plots, histograms, figures out, in fact, the key drivers of production, does a comparison of all those key drivers, calculates, and then summarizes the insights and the actions in minutes. Like, how amazing is that? Right? It takes data analysis and makes it available to everyone who has an Excel spreadsheet. If you sort of look back and you say Excel was one of those products that at population scale improved number sense, I think Copilot in Excel with Python will improve analysis sense across the world. So I'm really, really excited about this.